We got this Lexus GS300 coming in for a coilover install. We got some Rev9 HS2s. So I'm going to be installing these. No height adjustment. I guess they already come with the preload set. Spring preload set says right there. So we're good on that part. So he just wants me to install them with no height adjustment. So I'm just going to slap them on and then I'll let him know when it's ready. We got this Lexus GS300. He said that he can't get the wheels, the lug nuts to break loose. So I know my impact, my Milwaukee impact, like I said yesterday, that should be able to break this thing loose, no problem. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and break that loose. Got my little new knee cushion, because you know your boy getting old as hell, so gotta take care of my knees, because them should be getting tore up every time I do a damn coilover install. I'm gonna rock these gloves, because my hands be getting hella dirty. I only really wear gloves when I do coilover installs, because when fender rolling, I gotta feel the paint. I gotta make sure it's hot. Steel wheel lock, can you give me one? Oh, perfect. There it is right there. Cool. So yeah, let me see what time it is. It's 11:16. So I have another car coming around like 1 for another coilover install. So this should be done around 12:30ish. So hopefully like an hour and a half. Maybe I'll be done like by 1 as the other car's coming in, because you know your boy's leg is messed up, repairing from my torn Achilles surgery. So yeah, let's see how fast we can get this shit done. First, obviously, you're gonna jack up the car, and I'm gonna come grab my impact. I'm gonna throw a 21 socket. It's a Lexus, so it's a 21 for sure. Put these protective things back on. I only gotta take them off because these little plastics make it hard enough already just to fit. Oh, perfect, like butter. He said they were super tight, so I mean, I don't know what he was using. He said he was gonna start it himself. He may have been talking about the fronts, I don't know, but we'll see. All right, let's hit the other side real quick. And easy. Impact is fucking legit. My wife can't drive and hits the fucking garage all the time. Shaking my head. Alright, so I always recommend raising up the rear, because when you're taking off the suspension with the sway bar, if you try to do one side at a time, it's gonna have tension on one side, which is gonna make it a lot more harder to take one coilover off or take one strut off at a time. So I always recommend just raising the whole back of the car up, and then bam, you're able to raising the rear up at the same time, both sides up at the same time. So I just raise it by the diff, because it makes it easier, because obviously the sway bar, if you try to do one side, one sway bar is gonna have a shit ton of tension on it, and then you put the coilover on and you compress the suspension and you go to the other side, it's going to be a pain in the ass. So if you're ever doing coilover install or like in your own car, recommend just raising the back, or you can raise the whole car up, put it on jack stands, you don't got to worry about it. But if you don't got like a lot of stuff, like I got jack stands, but I ain't trying to raise the whole car up right now. So I'll do the rear first, then I'll do the front, and then when I do the front, I'll put a jack on this side, I'll put a jack on that side, raise the front end up. Same thing for back and the front. So make sure that's a key tip, make your life a lot easier. Alright, so with the car being an import, I mean, you're gonna need your typical where's it at? 19, 17, 14, 12. I don't know if you need all these, but I'll let you know if you do or not. But usually it's import. Hondas, Nissans, Lexuses pretty much always use the same size. You can tell right here, 19, 17, 14. If I need a 12 or a 10, I'll go over there and grab it. Alright, so this bolt right here, connecting the sway bar end link, that's a 12. The actual bolt that goes through the bottom of the strut, that's a 19. And then the bolt that goes through the actual knuckle is a 19. So it's a 19 nut, 19 bolt, 12 nut. Wait, 12? Yeah, 12 nut, and then the bolt, you pull it through. This bolt right here is the one that doesn't, like, it, as you can tell, it has like lines on the washer, so that's used for the alignment. So after you're done doing with your coilover install, I always recommend taking this to get an alignment like right after. or soon after. And then these I believe are 14s. Nope, they're 12s. Yeah, 12s up there too. So, and then up top, I'm pretty sure those are 14s. If not, they're 12s, whatever, cool. So I'm gonna do the bottoms first, then I'll hit those, then I'll pop the trunk, pull the panels back, and then I'll let those go, and then we should be able to just get this strut right out and put the new one right in. I'm gonna take off the sway bar end link. So I got the nut on that side. I'll hold the bolt head on this side. Boom, that's done. Pop that through, it's already loose. So I like to put the nuts back on the bolts, that way everything doesn't get loose, and then I'll put them in order. So sway bar, bolt and nut, strut, bolt and nut, knuckle, bolt and nut. So just keep in mind. Alright, it's an easy way to just keep track of your stuff instead of you having bolts and nuts flying everywhere. So now we got a 19 for the strut. Ow. Let's see, right there. So 19 right here. Flip that right off. Boom, so it goes on that way, and then I'll orient whichever way the bolt goes with the nut. I'll put it down the same exact way it came out, that way I remember, hey, that's the way it's supposed to go in. Make sure shit don't pop. Boom. I always back up because I never know what the hub's gonna do once you relieve the tension off that shit. But now that that's done, put that down, and then like I said, I already relieved the tension off of this. There's really no tension on the bottom. Typically, I'll have like a jack or a jack stand under this to like put some pressure. That way it doesn't fling right down. But it's holding up by that, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this one off. It's a 19. We're gonna need a 21 to hold this head on this side, right here. So make sure you grab that. However the hell, open it up a little bit. Right there. Just me moving, popped off. Come on. Alright, we're good on that. Nut goes on this side. And then the bolt will come off. There we go. So the washer, this washer came off just like that. So it goes like that. And let me pop this out. Alright, let me stop recording and get this bolt out. As you can tell, this bolt has grooves in it. It's supposed to align with that. And it'll go like this. So just so I remember, this bolt was facing straight down, and this was facing straight down when it was like that. So I'll remember that. I have the video so I can look back at it if I need to. That's that. This is pretty much free now. So once I take this off, I could just push it down and then drop the freaking strut and we're good. Impact is a little too stubby. So put a little extendo on it. Boom. That goes like that. That goes like that. So like I said, keep my stuff in order. Sway bar end link, bolt and nut, strut, bolt and nut, hub, knuckle, bolt and nut, and then the two that go on there. The new coilovers won't have this piece on it, so I won't even need those anymore. You can tell I got everything disconnected. I pushed this lower control arm down. So, boom, sway bar end link's done, strut's done, the hub is out. So when I want to put this back up, I'll just push that up. I'll go into the trunk right now, undo the bolts, and then drop this strut, put the coilover in, done. And we'll do the same thing for the other side. Back, take these little pop-out pins out. Just fold this down without messing with the kid's wires right there. But you got these three 14mm bolts, or not bolts, nuts. I don't have a deep socket extension. I don't have a deep socket for my impact, so I'm just gonna do this by hand. But you'll take these 3 out, and once you get to the last one, just remember there's nothing holding it. So just make sure if you have someone to help you, have them grab it, or you can put something there to hold it up so that way it doesn't fall once you drop all 3. So I'm gonna break these loose, take them out, and then I'll have the OEM strut out. Loosened all 3, and you can tell it's not dropping down. I'm pretty sure because like they're the OEM shocks, so it's probably still stuck to where those 2 bolts were holding everything in. So it's been here for a while, like 20 years, something like that. I don't know exactly what year this is, but so boom, put the 3 nuts right there that go to the top hat, the 2 clips. You can put them back, but I'm gonna leave them off so that way he can adjust the dampening to how he wants it to. I'll leave the tools there. Come back here, give it a good little, like, boom, barely had to put any pressure on it. There you go. Now you got your OEM stock strut out. I'll go grab the coilover and then I'll start putting that all back together. Just do everything in reverse. Easy. Alright, so I'm gonna grab the rears. You know which one's the rears for the GSR because the top hats up front are a lot bigger. You can see how small that one is compared to that. So the bigger ones go in the front, these go in the rear. He said, like I said, he said to just throw them on. He was gonna do the height adjusting himself. Spring preload set from factory. Do not adjust these 2 rings. So I'm not gonna touch those. I'm just gonna tighten this one down. Like I said, usually if I do height adjustments, I'll give a good little eye adjustment, put it on, and then usually I'm pretty close and I'll make the final adjustment once the car is on. But this one he just said to install, so we're gonna put these on and then do the same thing to this side and we're done with the rears. Ones come with new hardware, so I'm gonna put these in the trunk already. That way when I put this in, I'm not looking around for where I put these damn nuts, because if I take them off down there I'll be like, oh shit. I'm pretty sure this ones don't matter if you go left, right. Yeah. Let me go check the other side, because usually I like to have the logo out. So I'm gonna go check and see if that one already comes done. But I mean, let me just check. Okay. So I put the logo out. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to adjust the top hat. So okay. So really, I'll just. That's like a pet peeve of mine. Like if you put coilovers on, like I gotta have the logo facing me. I don't know why, it's just a thing. Whatever. But yeah, let me take these nuts off and then I'll show you guys once I'm putting the strut in. Alright, so this is why it's clutch to have 2 jacks. I got 1 jack holding that up. I got another jack, or you can try to use a jack stand. But I jacked this lower control arm back up. I'm gonna put the bolt back through to at least get this situated, and then I'll put the stock, or put the coilover in, and then that goes like that. I'll put the coilover in, and then I'm not gonna bolt the sway bar up because I still got the other side. So I'm gonna leave everything kind of loose over here, just mocked up to get ready to be tightened down. And then I'll start the other side, and then once both sides are done, then I'll tighten everything down. So that way I'm not fighting tension on the other side. Said, jack it up. I put the bolt through this way. I made sure everything was pretty much exactly the same. Like I said, that bolt has grooves for this washer, the alignment washer to go through, and then you'll be able to move it around. Just try to get it exactly to how you had it, but like I said, you gotta get an alignment anyways. So what I'm gonna do now, I like the logo facing out. I'm gonna scratch the paint. I'm going to put that there for right now. So like I said, just like I picked it up, it goes in this way. So I'm going to pick this up, slide that through right there. I'm not tightening, I'm just doing everything kind of like hand loose, hand tight, just like a couple threads. Boom, that's it for right now. Then I'm gonna spin this just a little bit, that way I can get it lined up perfectly. And then I'm gonna leave that pretty much as it is. I'm gonna go to the other side, that way everything's still loose, and then we'll be able to tighten everything down. So that's how you do the rears. Very easy, very simple. Just gotta make sure you have the tools and a little bit of the knowledge. Alright, so I got both sides pretty much installed, like the coilover is in right now. So you can tell everything's still loose, like it's just hand tight. I'm gonna tighten it down once I have everything in. But I just used the jack, push, like raised it up, so that way it can hold it in place. Now I'm gonna come to the trunk. Like I said, you already have the nuts right here. And then just hand tighten them. Just get them threaded on hand tight first. Do all three. And then you just do the same thing for the other side. And then once everything is done, you just tighten everything down and then go to the front. You're done. So I'll tighten those down and then we'll lower the car on the jack, put the wheels back on, and we're good. So the rears are on. You can tell straight off the box this thing's gonna go low as hell. It was very hard to get the wheels on just because the tires are stock pretty much and they're so fat. It was hard. I had to like angle them in. But yeah, that's I'm about to lower it right now, but everything's done. Look at that camber. This thing's gonna be dummy whenever he gets wheels. So let me grab these 2 bolts. These are the 2 bolts that went into the side. You no longer need them. I'm talking about like for the top hat, goes into right here, but the stock ones don't come with that. So put those in the box, and if you decide to put the stocks on later, I mean shit, even then you don't even need them. Oh, my dumbass. I'm gonna have to raise it up and then put some wood. That's straight out the box. He told me no adjustment, so hopefully he can drive out like this, because I got another car coming. I mean, obviously the front's still pretty up, so it should level out, but that shit's on the floor. That shit is on its nuts. You can see the headers, if you can't see them, right there. Damn near on the ground. So hopefully he can drive like that, because I cannot do all that today. That's why I asked what I asked, like, hey, if you need a fucking height adjustment, I need to know, because I got to plan on my cars, because I have another car coming in about like an hour and a half. So obviously I will not have time to raise the car back up and adjust it. He's down at Kobe's. He walked down there, so if he wants to leave a little bit longer, I could probably fuck with it, but that's why I always say what I say. Alright, so let's see if it was the fronts. The fronts that he was having trouble with. I can see it. It took a little bit longer to break the torque. Yeah, because the backs came off pretty easy. So I can see that, I guess. And these things break to like, I think it says 500 to 600 pounds of torque it can break loose, so. I mean, obviously, like, some people can't break that. Like, I don't even know if I can. Shit. That's why I bought that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get started on the front. It's like 12:16, so I'm a little behind, but I got time because, like I said, the other guy's gonna drop his car off as well. I'm a little slow trying to record, but then also my leg, I can't move around as fast. So, but this should be pretty simple and easy. It's like remove the brake lines, undo the sway bar, hit the bolt for the eyelet. You can take this one off, or you can take the 2 bolts off on the upper control arm, let it flex all the way, pop the hood, hit those 3, or I think it's 3 bolts on top, and then take the strut out, put the new one in. So this should not take that long. Here we're gonna break loose the 10mm that holds the brake line on. Yeah, where's the extension? Because this shit is not holding on. I got limited room right there, so I'm gonna see if I could just. I already broke it loose. Just need a little bit more. There we go. And then same thing. Like once you take the bolts or nuts off, I would just like try to put them back, like right where they go. So I'm just gonna put this back right here until one. I don't even know if the coilovers have this little thing for the bolt to go on, but I'm just gonna put it here for right now. And if it doesn't, then we'll just zip tie it. Then I'm gonna hit these 2 12s. I'm gonna take this as for the sway bar, and it's gonna be the same thing for the other side. So let me get my impact. Let me find my 12 wherever that thing is at. Usually I'm a lot more organized, but I got tools everywhere right now. Boom. And of course, nope, let me not round that one off. So take the bracket off. I'll put this nut back on, that way it doesn't get lost. And just put on a little bit, grab this bolt. Oop. It's hard to do things when you have gloves. It's better raw. I keep dropping this. If I didn't have the glove, I'd be able to grip it better. Pause. Grippers. Okay, let me take my glove off because this is not working. Took the glove off. Should be able to get it. Look at that. The gloves be fucking me up. That's why I don't really be wearing them, but I'm not trying to get my hands super dirty. Okay, so I put the glove back on. I'm gonna break this loose, and then everything should just kind of fall down, and then I'll go to the top. Actually, no, I'm gonna take this off. I don't think I'm gonna do the camera bolt. I think I'm just gonna break this one off, pop the knuckle this way, and then go up top, hit the bolts, or hit the nuts, and then everything should come out perfectly smooth. So the bottom is a 19, the bottom of the strut, and I believe this is a 17 on this side. Yep, perfect. So 19 and 17. Damn, that bitch was on there. Alright. So this sway bar might be in the way, which is why I hate these Lexuses. So I'm gonna have to go to the other side and pretty much take this off, so that way the sway bar loosens up. I can push it down, and then we'll be good. Or I probably just take this off, the knuckle will drop, and then I can have room to do that. So let me try to do that first before I go over there and get up and do all this unnecessary stuff. So let me try to take this apart. I'm gonna take this, I'm having a brain fart. I'm about to say safety pin. Cotter pin. Let me take this cotter pin out, and then undo the bolt, separate this, whack it with the hammer a couple times, it should separate, and then I should be able to hopefully push the strut down, take this out, and we'll be good. So I got this nut just a little bit loose. I'm gonna hit it with the hammer, the top right here, that way I don't mushroom or mess up any of the threads. It'll pop down. Once that pops, I'm gonna loosen the top, that way I can be able to bring the whole strut down. And boom, you see like that, it pops. If you don't have the strut separator, if you don't have the ball joint separator tool, that's like an easy way to do it. Makes it, I think it's kind of quicker. Yeah, so that worked. Just pop this off and then loosen the top bolts. Everything will kind of drop. Make sure you do not let this fall back. Like, I mean, I learned the hard way a long time ago. You can tell the brake line is right here. I'm not gonna disconnect the brake line, get air in the lines. So just be careful. You guys keep it forward, push it down. I was able to pop the bolt out. And then for next time, I'm just gonna put the bolt this way. That way it's easy to pop out. So what I'm gonna do now, just that way I'm not worried about this brake line popping off or ripping. Loosen this again. Put that through. The coilover should be short enough. So yeah, I'm just gonna have the knuckle pretty much back to normal. The coilover should be way shorter, so I can just put everything in and then pull everything back up. So the fronts are very easy. The rears are pretty easy too. It just takes a little bit longer, so there's more stuff to take apart. So yeah. All right, yeah. So the coilover should be way shorter. I just grabbed it. I took the nuts off, put them right there. I'll put them up top in a little bit, but like I said, the coilover should be way shorter. Yep. So I mean, you could fit the coilover in, putting it sideways, putting this back together, makes it very simple. So yeah, those two bolts, the eyelid, the brake line, break this off, break the 3 on top, drop it down, push it down, pull the bolt out. Like I said, I'm gonna put the bolt this way this time. That way, it's just pull instead of trying to do all that crazy stuff. I don't know if the suspension's ever been taken apart before. So yeah, I mean, usually I do that all the time. If the bolt comes out this way and it's gonna hit this, I just put it the other opposite way. That way it makes it easier to remove for next time. So I'm gonna just pretty much do everything in reverse. Put the bolt back in here, raise it up, tighten this down, and then put the sway bar end link back right here. Move this because I got a little bracket for it. I'll move that over so I can tie that down, and then bolt the 3 on top, and we're done. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So that's how you fucking do coilovers. So that's how you do coilovers on the GS300. Peace.